Imodoye Writers Enclave is a literary creative organization that creates enabling environment for prospective writers to put their written skills to effective use. In a bid to achieve this, a 3-day quarterly emerging writers retreat was held in Ilorin, capital of Kwara State.
We have so many people with inborn talents, but if they decide not to push it out, it will remain inside. So Imodoye is a platform to give them that foresight to output whatever they have inside. You need to know when to channel that aura of energy in you to get what you want. And this platform will give you that standing ground to hold you, to make you feel sturdy.
Setting, characterization, point of view among other critical aspects of written skills expected of writers to employ for their work to meet up with international standards were treated. In a lecture titled Literary Appreciation, the Acting Dean, Faculty of Information and Communication Technology, Kwara State University, Malete, Dr. Isiaka Aliagan said, several skills are pivotal in achieving reputable literary works.
Literature being a portrait of man and his environment. So whatever is written as work of art or literature is a replication of life of man in the society, the environment, and everything happening within the society, for good or for bad. So writers draw from experiences of human life, their own personal experiences, experiences of people that they know, experiences of different societies in which they live, and try to weave stories around them to teach one or two lessons about life. Literary appreciation has to do with analyzing and appreciating works of art, as well as evaluating them in line with known standard, non-universal standard, to see whether such work meets those standards or conform to some of the conventions and traditions that are known with works of such nature. And things to consider in doing literary appreciation has to do with the setting. The setting of the story. Setting can be in terms of geography, the topography, or scenery of the story or the storyline. It can also do with the plot. Plot has to do with the sequence of the narration. Okay, how the story evolves, from the beginning to the end, in terms of manifestation of tranquility in the main character and the people within the story, the development of conflicts, complication of the conflict, the climax of the conflict, and the eventual resolution. A writer whose work will be appreciated as meeting the non-standard has to conform with these universal norms in the writing of creative work. A writer must be conscious of the identity of character that he or she wants to create and be able to involve a kind of dialogue and language for the character to reflect the age, okay, and the characteristics of the character. So we also spoke about the issue of point of view, which is about the writer being the narrator himself or using another person as the narrator of the story. So whatever choice the writer has made in point of view for the narration, so it has to make sure that this conforms with a known and established tradition.
Imodoye Writers Enclave has called me in to be part of this young writers retreat. I think it's a good way of giving back to society what God has blessed the founder with. When I got into the retreat, the crop of young budding writers there, their enthusiasm and the hopes and aspirations they were expressing in there and what they intend to do with the skills they will be learning here are good things we should look forward to because these are writers of the future.
The retreat afforded young writers to express themselves through presentations of their written poem, which were presented in English and other Nigerian languages.
I've seen black shadows putting on the shady marks right behind the window, running off to an unknown destination. Where do you run to? Why do you run? Where are you hiding? Why do you hide? What have you done? What was your crime? Why did you laugh so hard, then cry? Why do you talk so much, yet still silent? Why did you say you love me but still hate me? Why is your embrace so warm, but your heart cold? Why did you put up a show without an act? Why are you hiding? Why did you hide it? Dearest, if ever you need a soul to talk to, I am here. If ever you need a listening ear, I am here. If ever you want a heart that so care, I am forever here for you. Standing still, wanting to love you enough, and that, my dear, is the secret of my love for you.
The mature things that dreams are for the immatures. Life has taken this, now they try to strip yours. They believe life with dreams is dirty, with none pure. They got one thing wrong about dreams and loss. Dreams are not for the immature, dreams are immature. My dream is an infant, it keeps me up at night. If I sleep, it will slowly starve and die. Dreams are hard, we always suck at first. And dreams grows harder, you have to be immersed. But once they come through, you satisfy your thirst, though that might be wrong, you might get more thirsty. How deep you love it decides your journey. I am driven to do it all, and Guesu is driving. I am behind the wheels. Ignore the traffic lightings. The highway is free, not many who dares to ride. Foot the gas to the floor, no care if I will die. Don't you step in my way, my brakes don't work. I will do it until I become the only kind. If I write things that nobody likes, I will then sign and nobody ties. They think I expect that thumbs up, sky high. Suck your thumb, I provide my little ties right.
I am always at fault. Yes, I accept my flaws. Here I am acting alright, trying to fix a heart that bleeds all by myself. Dealing with insecurities, self-esteem, but acting perfect. Now, there is a stain on everything I do, just because you bled my heart. Picking my piece together, but I'm good. Falling into space of mind and the darkness of soul. Your love was sweet bitter. I didn't realize it until I had a bleeding heart.
Imodoye Writers Enclave is one huge asset for Kwarans, especially young Kwarans. People get to know about literary forms. People get to know about prose, drama, poetry. It's like an avenue for the experienced, the less experienced, and the super experienced to meet. Who knows? We could have New York City area. Sometime soon we could have Femi Service on here sometime soon. So I think it's very, very important. It is very, very beneficial for young writers in Kwara State, especially, to come around. Iron sharpens iron. You understand? So the more we gather together, the more we can make creative progress. So I think just come around, please. When you've written something and it's not as good as what you expected to write, when you write something else and you give your work to criticism, there's this strategy that I used. There is something I often use, I ask someone, tell me what you don't like about this work, or tell me what you think is not good enough. Because people are sometimes scared of criticizing people. People don't want to dampen your confidence, so they'll tell you, okay, it's good, don't worry, and then they think you can't handle criticism. But when you tell them to tell you what you don't like or what is not, good enough, so criticism and writing more, I think those are the two keys to improving your writing. Writing, reading, and tolerating criticism.
This is an avenue for writers to actually be encouraged and bring their various works for presentation. And actually, writers have this idea of, having to write whatever they want to write on. They have the right, they have the privilege to do that. But critically, writers have to consider one or two things that are very key to writing, like the story they want to tell, how appealing is it to the audience, and how realistic is such a story. Well, writers need to write without fear. They have to realize that whatever they write is a reflection of the society, and irrespective of the language they want to use, they should always have this confidence to put down whatever they want to write without fear or intimidation. Although sometimes writers might feel intimidated, maybe there are political situations around them that they may not want to address. But in this case, Imodoye is always there to see them through, to help them to achieve whatever intention they have concerning writing and how they can project such to the world.
Other skills like drumming and song performances were attraction at the retreat.
Elédùmarè ṣe mí lólú ọmọ láyé tí mo wá, má jẹ́ ń ṣàkóbàtà fẹ́gbẹ́ mi, Èdùmàrè fún mi nímọ̀ kún mọ̀.
So I will sing Imodoye, then you respond by saying Imodoye o. Imodoye o. Imodoye o.
Some of the participants describe Imodoye Writers Enclave as a desired experience which will help them succeed in their interest of becoming acclaimed writers.
I feel privileged to attend this 3 days retreat by the Imodoye Writers Enclave because you have to be mentored to be a skillful writer. So being in this environment where I have great minds, great mentors to teach me and to improve my writing skills, so I'll be able to learn about the elements of writings, about how to portray my creativity to actually narrate the stories I want to tell. Imodoye Writers Enclave is more than I actually imagine. There's a saying that we rise by lifting others. So Imodoye in a way has helped emerging writers to go further in life. So I believe Imodoye Writers Enclave is a place to be reckoned with, so a place to appreciate, and I pray that the Almighty Allah increases them in knowledge, wisdom, in order to improve on what they do.
I'll tell you, I don't have regrets. From day one, it's been awesome. I was honored and opportune to meet a very known writer and a publisher in the country, and it has been awesome, teaching me from what creativity entails to what life itself means about creativity. And also today I'm actually interested in the 3 genres of literature, but since I have to pick one, I picked poetry, and I can tell you it was awesome. My mentor taught me that writers are writers. That's because we correct the anomalies in the society, and also that life itself is creativity. It comes from human mind, it's spontaneous. So whatever we put down is spontaneous, and it has been awesome. It has been amazing, from the hospitality to the care to the mentoring to the lecturing. Everything has been perfect. They didn't give us the teacher-student vibe. They actually gave us a companionship kind of energy. They also open platforms for us to drop in our works for critics and also better improvements on our writing. And I must say, Imodoye Writers Enclave is just the right door for every writer.
I've penned down is about creative writing. Yes, creative writing. How can we write to inspire people? How can we appreciate our writings in literature? What are the things to know from the plot to the character and from all the main points which are the most essential for us to know? We appreciate Imodoye Writers Enclave Ilorin because it is first in our own environment. And we thank God for this platform.
According to the founder, the Enclave is established to train, mold, and promote creative writers at all levels, as well as help young writers publish their works as a contribution to education system of Nigeria and provide solution to the nation's problem through creative writing.
An enclave established to promote writers at all levels, those in secondary level, those in tertiary education level, and those who post institutional training that would help them to develop their writing skills, will help them to develop their talent for writing generally, and those who are working the other also to have an ambience of the place where they can come gather together and do a lot of things together that will promote literary writing as a whole. I know literary writing as a whole is dedicated towards improving the society, keeping up with the society, and also improving as well as can learn from those things that happened in the past. So this Imodoye Writers Enclave is the totality of events that will be taking place that has to do with literary writings, other aspects of creative arts. So it's modeled after something like the penny universities, so that people will bring in all things they've learned either in the university or in the outer world there, and bring it to bear to train even younger ones in a short framework of time. That's why this place comes into being. And also in future will serve as a residency center for upcoming writers.
I have gone to many shows, I have seen how creative people are, but there is no platform for them to actually be mentored. So this Imodoye has given people that room, and this is the more reason why we have these retreats. People need to understand the difference between literature and writing. Literature is the ability for you to write, read, and think, not just for you to just write. So we want to train, we want to encourage, and we want to mobilize our writers, especially in Ilorin and Kwara State. We want to showcase and we want to take Imodoye to a greater length. We want to go to the world wide world and show what we are made of. So I believe by the end of this program, each individuals who are participating must be able to take something home. And what is that? Education. Education on how to write. Education on how to be a better person, a better writer, and a better critic of literature work.